That's a series win in the books. A good old series win for your Philadelphia Phillies over the Washington Nationals. They win 3 out of 4. And they take the final game of the series, winning 6-2. They hit, a billion home runs in the game. Again, that's just the norm. That's just the norm for this Phillies squad as of late. Trea Turner, the revival is real. He is back, and we are going to go on a major ride with Trea Turner. It is absolutely amazing. I can't wait for it. It's going to be fantastic. Him and bombs all over the place, getting hits, getting on base, doing everything. This is the Trea Turner that we've all been waiting for. Nats go to the bullpen. Bryce and Stott reaches in on an infield single. Technically an error. And Trea Turner sends one into the night. Phillies on top. Nick Castellanos with another goddamn home run. This dude's on absolute fire. On fire. And I mean, dude's red hot. The dude is just hitting home runs all over the place. And then JT with a nice little how do you do as well. Always nice to see that from JT. The Phillies did get banged up a little bit in this game, no? Bryce Harper leaves early with some back spasms. Rob Thompson says it's day to day. Bryce and Stott gets beamed in the back. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Why are we beaming Bryce and Stott in the back first pitch with a fastball? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? And hell, even Jake Cave almost got plucked. Like, what the hell is going on? What the fuck are the Nats doing? The pitcher on the mound for the Nats at the time. Like, what the fuck is happening? Fucking embarrassing. Loser shit. No wonder why this team stinks. Nola today. Honestly, I'll take it. I'll take it for what, was his last few starts. I'll take this any day of the week. I wish he was able to go deeper into the ball game. He just got into way too many deep counts. Way too many deep counts for my liking. But he finally had his teammates back when they made mistakes in the field, when they didn't score with bases loaded and 0 outs. Yeah, that was definitely something that I was, waiting to come back to haunt them, because early on in the ball game against Patrick Corbin, we had our chances. Patrick Corbin was not good in this game. He was borderline trash. Walking 7 guys, allowing so many guys on base. Allowed, I believe, 0 runs. And I believe one of those runs for Patrick Corbin was unearned. Yes. One of those runs came on the Trea Turner homer, and it was an unearned run. Patrick Corbin had 7 walks allowed in this game and 1 hit. He threw more balls than he did strikes, and somehow the Phillies didn't do any damage on him, basically. But they got to the bullpen. I'll take it any day of the week for the offense to wake up, for the power of the show. I'll take it. It's a series win in the books. You take it any day of the week. You punch it into the clock when your shift is done, and you go home. Sleep in your bed, all nice and cozy after a nice series win, and putting yourself further up in the wild card standings when basically no one around baseball that is chasing you in the wild card standings is playing today. So you've got some big advantages there. You definitely do. Definitely do. Got some more ground ahead of the San Francisco Giants, the Marlins, and all that stuff. The NL Central teams, they'll be chasing each other for the Central Division. I'm not really worried about the Central teams right now. It's basically the Giants, the Marlins, the teams around that. So yeah, the Cubs possibly, even though I do believe the Cubs are going to end up winning the Central Division. So, hey, keep putting more ground with yourself. Give yourself as much, leeway as possible. And let's, keep this thing rolling. Minnesota coming into town. They're not a good team, in my honest opinion. That AL Central is terrible. Granted, we lost a series to the Guardians. But the Minnesota Twins are not that good. They're a team in the NL Central right now, if I'm looking at everything, with the Minnesota Twins. They're in first place in the AL Central, but they're only 3 games above 500. They're 60-57. Yeah, they got a positive run differential. It's basically they have good pitching, they can't hit for shit. That is basically the summary of the Minnesota Twins. The only reason they're winning is solely because they're pitching. They have no bats in that lineup whatsoever that, hit consistently. So this is definitely a series for the Phillies to, take advantage of. Win 2 out of 3. I said for this homestand, 7-3. 7-3 in these 10 games, and you're still very much, capable of doing that. Taking 2 out of 3 from the Minnesota Twins, that makes it exactly a 7-3 homestand. Exactly. Go and do it. Go and do it. The bats are as hot as ever during this homestand. They're hitting home runs all over the place. All over the place. And I love seeing that because that's what this team was built to do. Built to do. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Only slightly concerned for Bryce Harper with the back spasms. Even though Rob said he was day-to-day and, Harper told Rob that he would be ready to go tomorrow. My personal opinion, I don't think Bryce plays tomorrow. Regardless if it's DH or not. I think he gets the day off tomorrow. He plays DH during the weekend. That's basically what I'm saying. Seeing or thinking of that point. That's what I'm going to think. Bryce, gets the day off tomorrow. You put Bohm or something at first base. And especially another lefty's going to be on the mound. I believe it's Dallas Keuchel for the Twins. So, you're going to be going with a more right-handed heavy lineup. So, we'll see what happens. Hopefully Castro's on the lineup, though, because that dude sucks. That dude sucks. Got to walk today, though. But still, he sucks. He sucks. I'm not a Castro guy. Definitely not a Rodolfo Castro guy, as you can tell. But yeah, Phillies get themselves a nice series win, and that's all that matters. They went over 8 with runners in scoring position, no, but hey, the long ball helps. The long ball helps. If I do say so myself, 3 2-run shots. That's where all the runs came from. Trea Turner with a 2-run shot, Nick Castellanos with a 2-run shot, and JT with a 2-run shot. That's where all the runs come for your Phillies. No doubt in my mind there. Nola today, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts on 105 pitches. Definitely still not the best Nola performance. Definitely nowhere close to it. We know what he's capable of. It's still his best start in the past, so many games at this point. Like, seriously, the bar is that low right now for Nola. The bar is that low. But still, I will give him credit because he did get himself into some situations and he did figure himself out of it. Also, the defense didn't really help him either. There was an inning where, Bryce Harper got unlucky with a ball that bounced on the first base bag and he bobbled it a little bit. And then you also got Weston Wilson literally just, I don't even know what to describe of that play. Literally the ball on a liner, in and out of the glove. In and out of the glove. I just see her say, okay, inning over. I'm just sitting here in my goddamn seats, and I'm just like, really? Really? That's how it's going to go down? And I thought to myself, okay, here comes, the Nola implosion after that, because he's definitely not going to have his teammates' backs. But he did. He got out of it. I didn't agree with Rob bringing him back out for the 6th inning. I thought he was just done from there. Rob decided to. He allows 2 hits to lead off the inning. Matt Strom comes in, he allows a run, and honestly, that, only allowing 1 run in that situation was huge for Matt Strom because the Phillies right after that came right back and took the lead, and they didn't, back away from there. So Matt Strom coming in, only allowing out 1 run, he gets 2 strikeouts to finish off the inning. Honestly, was huge at the end of the day. The rest of the bullpen, Seranthony Dominguez had a very short and clean 7th inning. Very efficient, 1 strikeout, 8 pitches. I love seeing that from Seranthony. Hopefully we can get that more consistently, but, with the way Seranthony's season has gone, there's probably going to be a few more shaky appearances due for him. It's just the way his season has gone. He's either really good or he's really shaky. That's basically been Seranthony's MO the entire year. I want to see a good, consistent Seranthony. I really hope we can get that eventually. Junior Marte, I'm done with the experience of Junior Marte. He's not a major league pitcher. The Phillies, they're up, 6-1 in the 8th inning. Rob doesn't have to worry about going to Soto in the 8th inning. Put yourself in a situation to where you don't even have to use Kimbrel in the 9th. But, of course, Marte struggles, allows a couple of hits, allows a run to score. It's a 4-run lead. He eventually got out of the inning. He did. He got out of it. But I'm not I'm done with Marte, in my honest opinion. I just don't feel like he's a major league pitcher. No wonder why he got waived for a reason. He got waived for a reason. He's had his good moments this year, but I feel like his bad moments overshine the good, if you understand what I mean. But then Craig Kimbrell, he allowed a hit in the ninth inning, but basically he was fine. As always, 16 pitches there. Very good stuff from good old Craig. Love his entrance, though. I do love the entrance, with Citizens Bank Park. The lights, they just keep flickering on and off as Welcome to the Jungle plays over the speakers. Love that. Kind of love that. It definitely isn't on par with Edwin Diaz's entrance last year, but still, I think it's a nice, solid entrance for good old Craig. Nice stuff. Good old stuff there, if I do say so myself. Hey, honestly, with the way this game was going, I was just thinking to myself, oh my God, the offense just doesn't look good. They can't score when they literally get bases loaded and 0 outs. Like, seriously, that inning is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. Seriously, seeing in person is like 20 times worse. Because you get amped up, you think something's going to happen, and then, here's Nick Castellanos grounding out on the first pitch, and out is at home plate. Here's Bryce grounding into a double play to end the inning. No run score. Whoop-de-doo. Joy. Ugh. So deflating in that moment. So deflating. I was just sitting in my ear thinking to myself the entire time while I was at the game that, because everything good possible happened last night with, the Lorenzen no-hitter, Castellanos going deep twice, and then, Weston Wilson getting his first major league home run. There were so many good stories last night that, the baseball guys just like, okay, too many good things happened last night, so let's even it out. Okay, let's even it out. Your offense is not going to be good. Aaron Nola's going to look shaky, and, you're going to lose a game to the Nationals. That's how we're going to even it out. Too many good things happened last night. Let's, make the world sit right. But it didn't. Because Trea Turner is on a roll, and this is the Trea Turner that we've all waited for. Nick Castellanos is hot as ever, and then JT chips into the fun. Why not? Let's look at the lineup today. See how the lineup did. Kyle Schwarber had a quiet day, but he walked twice, so he went over 3 in the batter's box on the day. Alec Bohm went 1 for 4 with a very long double. He also had a walk in the game. Bryce Harper went 0 for 1 with a walk before he got taken out of the game. Castro went 0 for 2 with a walk. Nick Castellanos went 1 for 5 with 2 runs, or 2 RBIs on the 2-run shot. Bryce Stott went 0 for 3 with 2 runs scored. He reached on 2 errors, I believe. The Washington Nationals had so many errors in this game. There were so many errors all around. This was not a clean game, by far. This was a very ugly game, if you're just looking at everything. Trea Turner 1 for 4 with the huge 2-run shot to give the Phillies the lead. JT was 2 for 2 with a 2-run shot and 2 walks, so a perfect night at the office for JT. Weston Wilson, he was 0 for 1 with a walk. Jake Cave came in, he was 0 for 1 with a walk. And then Johan Rojas went 1 for 4. So he gets another hit in the books. Like I said earlier, runners in scoring position, they were 0 for 8. They left 10 runners on. That's not pretty. But when you're hitting home runs and you're hitting home runs with guys on base, I guess it doesn't matter. At the end of the day. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. But please, when you get bases loaded with 0 outs, please get at least 2 runs. Please. My God. And be patient because, seriously, in that entire situation with the bases loaded there, Schwarber walked, Bohm got on with that double. Bryce Harper walked on 4 pitches. At that point, Corbin was not even throwing strikes. He wasn't throwing strikes the entire game. He was flat out terrible. I still don't understand how the Phillies didn't score a single run off of him. Don't understand. Even though it says he allowed a run on the stat sheet, it wasn't an earned run. It was because of the bullpen that got when they brought it in. That's when Trea Turner hit the 2-run shot. So technically, physically, Corbin didn't allow a run. Seriously, how does a dude allow 7 walks, only 1 hit, and 0 earned runs, and barely throw strikes? How is that even physically possible? That has got to be a rare stat. That is just weird. And then I was just thinking to myself the entire game, okay, they're probably due to have a quiet night offensively because the offense has been so electric the past so many games. But thankfully, thanks to Turner, thanks to Nick, thanks to JT, And they got the job done for us, and they got us a good series win. A good series win, if I do say so myself. Yeah, that's basically it for this game. It's basically it. Not much else happened. It was a very ugly game. Very ugly game defensively. You know, with the Weston Wilson dropped ball. Ugh, I'll see that in my nightmares. The Bryce Harper situation, I honestly thought that was the reason why he left the game, because it kind of looked like the ball bounced to hit him in the face. I didn't realize it was back spasms. So hopefully that's not going to be a thing that's bothering him over the next few weeks to the rest of the season. Hopefully that's not a reoccurring thing. I feel like he has dealt with back spasms before, so maybe this is just a thing for Harper that he gets sometimes from time to time. So who knows? Who knows? So, not going to overthink this. We'll just see what happens tomorrow. I don't think he's going to be in the lineup tomorrow. I think Rob's going to give him the day off, and then he DHs the last 2 games against Minnesota. So, we'll just see how everything goes from there. Looking at the wild card standings, Phillies are a game and a half above the San Francisco Giants now in that first wild card spot by themselves. The Phillies are 12 games above 500, 64-52. They are 4 games ahead of the Miami Marlins, who are in the third wild card spot. They're 4.5 ahead of the Cubs, 4.5 ahead of the Reds, and they're 6.5 and ahead of the Diamondbacks. And you just look in the rest, down the way. The Diamondbacks are in the complete free fall. They have lost 8 in a row. The Padres are the Padres, and that's basically it for the wild card race. So yeah, taking advantage right now of your schedule. You're getting yourself some nice breathing room. Playing a lot better baseball as of late. The power's showing up. Trea Turner has been fantastic. He's back. Nick Castellanos is majorly bouncing back from his sluggish July after the All-Star break. It's nice to see, man. It's really nice to see. Like, this is the power. This is the offense that we expected basically the entire year. It took a while to show up. But I am glad that it is. I am very glad that it is. Aaron Nola had his guys back, even though he was still a little shaky today. Like, seriously, that's the low bar right now for Aaron Nola. I'll take this start out of all the other starts that he's had recently. I think we all will at this point. We all will. Honestly. Jesus. My God, the bar is that low for Aaron Nola. I can't believe it. So looking at the series upcoming with the Minnesota Twins. So what's also going to be very helpful is that you have 2 days off next week. You have Monday off, and you have next Thursday off. Because in between that is a 2-game series in Toronto, and then next weekend is going to be a series in Washington again. So you definitely got some nice days off next week, which would be very beneficial to this team because the bullpen definitely needs it. Some of these guys that are getting banged up definitely needs it. So that'll be a nice change of pace there, definitely. So looking at this series with the Twins, it'll be Christopher Sanchez in Game 1 going up against Dallas Keuchel. Then it'll be Taijuan Walker going up against Pablo Lopez. He is 7-6 with a 3.81 ERA. Has been good in his past few starts, so maybe he's due for a stinker, but I'm not guaranteeing anything there. And then you're going to have Sonny Gray on Saturday, but it is unconfirmed who is going to be starting for the Phillies on Sunday. Unconfirmed there. That is definitely interesting because Zack Wheeler definitely does pitch the day after Walker, so I'm wondering if they're just going to bring someone up to make that start, just so some of these other guys can get some rest. Because that'll definitely be very beneficial to guys like Michael Lorenzen, who threw 124 pitches last night with the no-hitter. He's going to get an extra few days off here. His next game is going to be on Friday, next Friday, against Washington. And then Nola won't be pitching again until next Saturday, so he's going to get a nice week off, at least. So that'll be good to see. Oh, never mind. Rangers pitching against Toronto. So that's the change there, it looks like, at least. I think so. Doesn't Ranger normally pitch after Sanchez? I wonder if they're giving Ranger an extra day of rest, too. So, Walker, because when does Ranger normally pitch? If I'm looking at everything in a row. I'm just trying to think of everything here. Because it was Christopher Sanchez in the first game against Kansas City. No, actually, it wasn't Christopher Sanchez. That was a Nola game. It was... When did Ranger last pitch? Was it the Tuesday game against what? It was the night game against Washington. Never mind. I was getting myself confused there. I always thought Ranger was in between Walker and Wheeler. Always thought. But yeah, This series against the Twins, definitely got to beat them. Sonny Gray, he's 5-5 at a 3.18 ERA. So basically, like I said, the Minnesota Twins, they have a great pitching staff. They just don't really much have an offense here. For Dallas Keuchel, he's only pitched in one game so far for them, and that was against the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are in complete free fall right now. He went 5 innings, only allowing 1 earned run, and 2 walks and 0 strikeouts. So Dallas Keuchel is definitely a guy you can hit around. Definitely a guy you can hit around. Definitely. And with the rest of the schedule, those two games in Toronto, 3 games against Washington, then you're back home for 9 straight games, the end of August, San Fran, St. Louis, and LA Angels, and then go into September. We won't go that far down the stretch of the schedule. That's basically just, enjoy the series win. That's basically it there. Enjoy the series win. Enjoy it, no doubt. Some of the stats right here. Nick Castellanos threw 10 games in August. He is 13 for 13 with a 302 average, a 1039 OPS, 6 home runs, and 12 RBIs. Fantastic stuff there from my guy Nick. Fantastic stuff. I want to see other things for Trea Turner because he's been absolutely fantastic since the standing ovation. Absolutely fantastic. I need to see his numbers. Since the standing ovation. Trea Turner. Where's Trea Turner? Where is it at? I feel like it was from John Foley. Here we go. Never mind. This is from Scott Lauber. Trea Turner has hit safely in every game since the standing ovation. He is 10 for 26, which is a 335 average, with 4 doubles and 2 home runs, including the 2-run shot here to give the Phillies a 2-1 lead. Standing helps. The ovation helps. Having your players back help. Did you guys see that Ken Rosenthal article about how Philly's getting soft? That is definitely a bait article if I've ever seen one. Definitely a bait. Remember the article he wrote last year about, firing Joe Girardi is not going to fix the Phillies' issues? That definitely shows you someone that does not pay attention to the Phillies. Definitely shows you someone. Definitely. My God. No, Philly's not going soft. They're realizing, because we're smart, and some, media outlets don't realize that. This city is smart. We got a smart fan base here. And we recognized that Trea Turner is a fantastic player. And we recognize that he's not in the right headspace. We recognize that he's going through hell right now. So we thought, as a city, to, instead of booing him, instead of, going down his throat with, anger and all that stuff, why don't we show support for him? Get him back in the right headspace. Show him that we believe in him. Show him that he's got our full support. And what do you know? It works. Huge home run against KC, getting a hit in basically every game since, and he gets the huge home run tonight. It works. We're not stupid. We understand the mentality of our players. We're not getting soft. Ridiculous is what I say. And that's all. We don't have anything here on the Anytime Hotline, so let's get to the YouTube live feed before we end this stream off. This is going to be more of a quick hitter than anything. Even though a quick hitter is not even 25 minutes is not necessarily a quick hitter. It's like a normal stream time. You know what I mean. Star Wars, how you doing? Good win. Scored runs late, exactly. Turner, Casty, and JT. So glad to talk to you tonight. I was busy doing laundry for the last 2 to 3 innings last night. Michael Lorenzen was amazing. And tonight, JT, Turner, and Castellanos all homer again. Yeah, definitely, David. I was definitely disappointed in you, David, for not showing up last night. I definitely was. You had some explaining to do. Yeah, Nola was decent. He wasn't anything spectacular, but he got the job done. Like, seriously, the bar is that low for Nola. It's that low. Twins this weekend are ripe for the picking. It basically, they haven't been good in their last stretch. I believe they lost 3 in a row. So this is definitely a good time to do that. One of the rare bad pickups from Dombrowski. Castro needs to join Josh Harrison being DFA'd. Yeah, Castro's, you traded Bailey Falter for him, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not that at the end of the world. Castro's is not good. I guess it was like one of those other reclamation projects. He's a young guy. He's a young bat. He clearly can hit against lefties, according to his stats. Maybe Kevin Long can do something with it. But right now, it's definitely not going to be showing its benefits right now. Because he has not been good. He has not been good. Does Canada still have the COVID restrictions where those who didn't get the vaccine can't go? No, I don't think Toronto has those restrictions anymore. I think JT will be fine. Any Philly that doesn't have a vaccine, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be perfectly fine. So we don't have to worry about that. We probably would have heard about it by now, but I doubt it. That's going to be an issue. I don't think Toronto has had those restrictions for a while. Because with the NHL, people are fine crossing the border now. So, and there's definitely a lot of NHLers that didn't get vaccinated. So I think that's perfectly fine. At that point, we don't have to worry about that. But yeah. I think that's going to do it for tonight, boys. Getting tired. Was at the game. Was a long day. Honestly, I thought this game was going to get pushed back more because of the rain that was happening all afternoon. Thankfully, it stopped at the perfect time, and it ended up being a very nice night. We definitely did. Series win. It's all that matters at the end of the day. So, yeah. It's going to do it for tonight, everybody. I appreciate you joining the live streams as always, so do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We just surpassed 810 subscribers, so if you're new to the channel, new to viewing the streams, definitely hit that sub button. I definitely recommend it. And if you're, a current subscriber to the channel, definitely recommend it to other people. It would do me a great deal of service. So definitely do that. I appreciate you all for it. And also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. See it right up here in the top corner of your screen. It's a great deal. Don't pass it up.